So the Befriending the Other work that we're doing is an exciting idea, and it's something that's long overdue.
Yes.
And I think the way that we're approaching it is really real, it's really useful and tangible. It's something that corporations can use, communities can use, families can use, and individuals can use.
Well, the idea itself of befriending the other, you're looking at what do you feel disconnected from? What are you actually disconnected from? Are you disconnected from a part of yourself? Or is there a disconnect within members of your family? Is there a disconnect within cultural groups, within religious groups? Where is that disconnect? And more importantly, how do we make that connection? I.e., how do we befriend the other, what we deem as the other, that which is separate from ourselves? How can we go ahead and not only build that bridge, but want to regularly cross over and walk that? How do we do that?
Well, and the other is usually someone who's scary, somebody who's different, somebody who we don't understand and we don't necessarily feel compelled to get to know.
Mm-hmm.
And so this work is so crucial because it recognizes that this happens in human societies and families and even within ourselves, and gives practical tools to cope with this other. And not just cope with the other, but to actually get to know and become eventual friends even with this other.
So I know that we both work with clients individually on working with their others within themselves, within their own lives. But what about some of the work that we do together for organizations?
Well, and we've been working with some different faith communities and
Yes.
looking at, the interfaith piece and in different religious groups that traditionally don't get along or haven't for the last decade or many decades. And we're also looking at specific groups like women's groups and helping women to get in touch with their own womanhood, which sometimes feels like an other,
Yeah.
right? So there's different communities that have welcomed us and that we've worked with, and then there's different individuals who have allowed us to kind of explore this with them. And everyone we've worked with has said that they felt a change, that they felt a shift, and that the
In their-
perspectives, right? The perspectives are actually helping them.
Right. What you get from this idea of befriending the other, I think the result that we keep seeing again and again and again, whether it's with a community that we're working with, several communities that we're working with, cultures within different communities, or even just with people and themselves, with different parts of themselves, people feel better when there's a whole.
Absolutely.
And if there's an other, there's that disconnect. So what we're doing is, again, it's the bridge work, but it's not just the bridge, it's also the crossing the bridge and helping that to start making communities, people whole again.